fingers, fingers into fingers, crossing your legs. Gently closing your eyes, wearing a beautiful smile on your face. Just become aware of your breath. Your natural breath, how it is going in, how it is coming out. Your normal, natural breath, friends. Your breath is your master. Just be with your breath. Empty your minds as much as possible, friends. Because the more you empty, the more you receive. Each time we take a deep breath in, we are connecting to that divine which is within ourselves. So just be there in that space of calmness, of emptiness. As long as you wish. Let nothing distract you. Just the normal breath. Last 1 minute, friends. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds. Whenever you're ready, you may remove your hands and open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. I hope you all had a peaceful journey towards yourself. And let me get into the topic of today. So, we are on the day 12 of enlightenment on Node, friends. And every day we are learning wonderful things and great things and new understandings. So, today's topic is about glorious rebirth by Mother Mirra. So, she says, there is a line of divine consciousness which seeks to manifest from above and upholds a certain series of formations peculiar to itself in the universe, which is its field of manifestation. Secondly, there is a psychic consciousness which climbs up from below, the seed of the divine, developing through time till it meets the force from above and takes the impress of the supramental truth. This psychic consciousness is the inner being of man, the material from which his true soul or jiva can be fashioned. In response to its aspiration, the supramental descends to give it a consistent personality. The exterior being of man is a perishable formation out of the stuff of universal nature, metal, vital, physical, and is due to the complex interplay of all kinds of forces. The psychic absorbs the essence, as it were, of the experience of the various formations behind which it stands. But not being in constant contact with them, it does not retain the memory of the lives in their totality to which it supplies the background. Let us take a divine spark which, through attraction, through affinity, and selection, gathers around it a beginning of psychic consciousness. This work is already very perceptible in animals. Don't think you are exceptional beings, that you alone have a psychic being and the rest of creation hasn't. It begins in the mineral. It is a little more developed in the plant, and in the animal, there is a first glimmer of the psychic presence. Then there comes a moment when this psychic being is sufficiently developed to have an independent consciousness and a personal will. And then, after innumerable lives, more or less individualized, it becomes conscious of itself, of its movements, and of the environment it has chosen for its growth. The psychic being can progress and form itself only in the physical life and upon earth. As soon as it leaves a body, it enters into a rest, which lasts for a more or less long time according to its own choice and its degree of development. A rest for assimilation, for a passive progress. So to say, a rest of a passive growth, which will allow the same psychic being to pass on to new experiences and make a more active progress. But after having finished one life, which usually ends only when it has done what it wanted to do, it will have chosen the environment where it will be born, the approximate place where it will be born, and a very precise program of the experiences through which it will have to pass to be able to make the progress it wants to make. A psychic being decides, for some reason or another, to enter the body of a being destined to become a king, because there is a whole series of experiences it can have only under those conditions. After having passed through these experiences of a king, it finds that there is a whole domain in which it cannot make a progress due to these very conditions of life that it chose. So, when it has finished its term upon earth and decides to go away, it decides that in its next life, in an ordinary environment and in an ordinary condition, neither high nor low, but such that the body which it will help up, which it will take up, will be free to do what it likes. Having already had a number of experiences, it knows that in a certain country, a certain part of the consciousness has developed, in another part, and so on. So it chooses the place which offers it easy possibilities of development, the country, the conditions of living, the approximate nature of the parents, and also the condition of the body itself, its physical structure, and the qualities it needs for its experiences. It takes rest, then, at the required moment, wakes up and projects its consciousness upon earth, centralizing it in the chosen domain and the chosen conditions. For in the psychic consciousness, one is too far away from the material physical consciousness to be able to see with a clear vision. It is an approximation. It does not make a mistake about the country or the environment, and it sees quite clearly the inner vibrations of the people chosen. But there may happen to be a slight indecision. But if, just at this moment, there is a couple upon earth, or rather a woman who has psychic aspiration herself, and for some reason or another, without knowing why or how, would like to have an exceptional child, answering certain exceptional conditions. If at this moment there is this aspiration upon earth, it creates a vibration, a psychic light, which the psychic being sees immediately and without hesitation. It rushes towards it. Then, from that moment, which is the moment of conception, it watches over the formation of the child so that this formation may be as favorable as possible to the plan it has. Consequently, its influence is there over the child even before it appears in the physical world. The psychic force, perhaps not in its totality, but a part of the psychic consciousness, rushes into the being, and from its very first cry, give it a push towards the experiences it wants the child to acquire. The result is that even if the parents are not conscious, even if the child in its external consciousness is not quite conscious, a little child does not have the necessary brain for that. It forms slowly, little by little. In spite of that, it will be possible for the psychic influence to direct all the events, all the circumstances of the life of this child till the moment it becomes capable of coming into conscious contact with its psychic being. Physically, it is generally between the age of 4 and 7, sometimes sooner, sometimes almost immediately. But in such a case, we deal with children who are not children, who have supernatural qualities, as they say. They're not supernatural, but simply the expression of the presence of the psychic being. But there are people who have not had the chance, or rather the good fortune, one may call it that, of meeting someone physically, could instruct them. And yet, they have the feeling that at every step of their existence, each and every circumstance of their life is arranged by someone conscious so that they may make the maximum progress. When they need a certain circumstance, it comes. When they need to meet certain people, they come. When they need to read certain books, they find them within their reach. Everything arranged like that, as if someone was watching over them so that their life may have the maximum possibilities of development. This is exactly what happens to a psychic being which has reached the last stage of its development. After that, it will no longer be bound by the necessity of coming upon earth. It will have completed its development and will be able to choose freely either to consecrate itself to the divine work or go elsewhere, that is, in the higher worlds. But generally, having come to this stage, it remembers all that has happened to it and understands the great necessity of coming to the help of those who are yet struggling in the midst of difficulties. These psychic beings give their whole existence to the divine work. Wow. So this is a glorious rebirth, friends, wherein we connect to our psychic being. So if there is anybody who wants to share their experiences or anything, please go ahead and unmute yourself, friends. So I have read this book called Anastasia. When I was reading this, I could able to relate to that. In that book, Anastasia, there is this lady who is called as Lady Tarzan, who lives in the Siberian forests and who is all by herself. And her parents passes over when she was very little. And in that book, Vladimir Megre, he's a writer of that book. He said he meets Anastasia, and Anastasia shares her journey to Vladimir Megre, and she says that right from her childhood, when she was very little, there was some higher presence, there was some psychic being. This is the word which I also heard in that book. There was a psychic being who is always watching over this little child, how Anastasia is growing. If there is some danger which is coming to her, this psychic being creates a bubble, like wherein nothing can harm Anastasia. So this is wonderful to know, friends, and we all have it in us. We all have this help. We all have this psychic being who is watching over us, who is always taking care of us like a guardian. Like it's just that we have to trust. We should not get carried away. We are all born special. If we are taken birth here on this earth plane, what a wonderful opportunity that we all have to celebrate our life. So this is my experience about knowing the psychic being, and I trust completely about the psychic being, and I just live, like as we can see, like from past 10 years, the moment we have understood about like all these things, our life had had moved in such a way that, like there is no obstacle, there is nothing, it's like very smooth. Very lately, like me and Ram were discussing, like it's so smooth. Our life is as if there is some presence, some being, like some masters are taking care of our, like our life. So it's really wonderful to know that, friends. And when you know that, your life is really beautiful. You will not be in chaos. So this is our experience, and if you have anything to share, friends, please go ahead and unmute. Yes, Sharu.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning,
I'm
Sharu.
here again to share my experience. Okay, so yes, I think I am the living testimony of whatever you said right now, that about the psychic abilities and the psychic beings. And I truly, truly believe that it is not just the domain of human beings to have psychic abilities or to have psychic beings as their guides, but I have felt that it is also in the mineral kingdom, in the plant kingdom, in the animal kingdoms. So
True.
the beings are there with them also. Each and every, like I always say, that each and every blade of grass has an angel with them. Each and every plant, each and every animal, in fact even the animals are our spirit guides. So they themselves act as our spirit guides and the psychic beings, as you were talking about. And we can actually, we do have the abilities and the capabilities to connect with them, each one of us. It is not that only Sharu can do it, or only some person can do it. I think each and every person has a capability. The only thing is that it's dormant within us, and we need to understand that, we need to accept it, and we need to then probably bring it in our lives. And that is how the angels, or any light beings, or the ascended masters, or the spirit guides, they they start working with us, and collectively. So yes, it is. My experience with them has been tremendous. It's like my life has completely transformed when I brought them into my life, when I welcomed them into my life, and when I requested them to guide me so that I could bring changes in my life. So yes, it has been a beautiful journey with them. And I would request each one of you that to explore that ability and capability of yours also. Don't limit yourself, and just welcome them with open hand and open heart, and they are going to be there with you. So this is what I have to say. And please do respect the plants and the animals, because if you talk about this, there is a word called animism, in which you will understand that each and every plant and each and every inanimate object also, they vibrate on a certain frequency, and you can talk to them. You have, those frequencies with which you can just relate to, and you can talk to them, you can take their guidance also. Of lately, I've been talking to one of a tree which is called a hub tree, which is called a mother tree, which is just next to my home, and it is connected because it's a mother tree, so it connects to all 42 trees which are there in the vicinity. So when I connect to that mother tree, you won't believe how much wisdom that tree is giving to me. If I'm feeling upset about certain things, if I'm not feeling right, I just talk to that tree, and there is so much of information that I gather. There's so much of guidance, and very humbly they tell me what to do and what not to do. So not even just the light beings, but even the plants, the trees, the animals who are existing here in this world, they can be of great help. They can be your angels. They can be your light beings here in this particular world, because everything is frequency, everything is energy, and everything and every being, be it animate or inanimate, they have their own energy with which you can connect with. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you. So thank you. Thank you so much, Madhu
Thank you,
ma'am.
Sharu.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sharu. Thank you so much for sharing this. Wonderful. Yes, I connect to the plants, and I could feel the love which is coming back to me via them. And yes, thank you so much. Yes, friends. Yes, Akash bhai,
I
please go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to thank you for a wonderful session. It was really a beautiful session, Sister Madhu. I think this is the first time that I was there for this session all through. So very calmly and soothingly, very soothing voice in the way you have taken it. That itself, the tone itself makes a big difference when uh, the whole vibration completely alters when we are present with that. So I actually resonate with what you are sharing, what Sharu also shared. I think all of us have the God within us, and when we connect to our Holy Christ self, our I am presence, it automatically takes over. That's so we all live two lives. We all live a life of misery, pain, suffering, the duality where we all deal with the the physical challenges, and also at the same time the another aspect of us which most of us, because it's not visible, we it's not visible in our senses, touch, taste, smell, feel. It's not there, we can't see it, but that is the in reality that is the most dominant part of us, which is also, and which is the bigger part of us, in fact, which is the dominant part of us, which really is available, help is there, readily available to help us. All we need to do is we just need to remind ourselves and call it, invite it. And off lately, what I have the last 1 year or so, I have really seen miracles happening in people's life, is when I actually started to connect with the masters, with the guides, with the angels. And I have never once experienced that it has not done or not fulfilled on what must be done. So we talk about death, and we were talking about it earlier. All that is inclusive of this, because death is just one stage. It's not the end. The journey continues, and we go to the next life with whatever we have completed in this life. But then the journey continues. We take our baggage of our karma, good or bad, along with it. But in all essence, our consciousness, as much as we can be aware of, it completely supports us. So I'm a true believer of that. And I think if we can trust a little more day by day, a little more, not much, a little more in our own self, not in our ego self, but in our larger part of ourself, our I am presence, we would actually not need to really worry about the issues or the challenges or the sufferings that we and our loved ones are going through. Because my wife, she got COVID, my brother got COVID, and you know I did not get worried about it. I was not anxious about it. I just knew that my prayers are there. I do my prayers, I sit and do my meditation, and that is enough. And things are working out. So brother and family have recovered already, and wife is in the process. And so many of other friends who connect, they have really seen the difference. All we need is to give ourselves as much as we can, just trust a little more every day, and we can, if we can come to a stage of being doubtless about our true self, our I am presence, our God, there is nothing that can ever stop us. As you were saying, sister, that the journey, that this life that we have got is a gift. I truly believe that it's the most beautiful gift that we could get. And if we can understand why we are born, not just to earn money and title and power and relationships, although all that is important, not against it, but what is the true purpose of us being on the planet is to connect with our I am presence and fulfill, merge the will of God with our will. Not my, but thy will shall be done. And then when we live like that, life becomes effortless. It becomes the bliss as you were mentioning. So I'm so glad that what you do, the kind of platform that you create, the presence that you create, the aura that you create, is so helpful for so many people. So
Thank you,
thank you.
Akash bhai. Thank you for sharing. Uh, Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Indraji, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Madhu. I really enjoyed these sessions, and it's taken me to a different level and changing the way I normally think. Uh, I think my logical mind is very dominant in me, and I'm struggling, but I am making good progress in coming out of that.
Mm.
Everything what happens, I always ask why before accepting them. This is the
Mm.
severe drawback, I think, in me, but I will come out of it. I am coming out of it, maybe slowly, but I am. And maybe with that background, I have two questions for you.
Yes, sir.
Uh, one is the psychic.
Being
What did you
the
say?
psychic being.
The psychic being and the
Yeah.
spiritual guide. Are
Mhm.
they the same, or what is the difference in them? That is one thing. And
Mm.
the second thing is mostly to do with the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom. As much as we should respect the human kingdom, if I may say that, we should also, as you said, respect the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom.
Mhm.
Now, coming to the plant kingdom at beginning first, uh, say when we do gardening or when we are cultivating,
Mhm.
we are choosing what plants grows where,
Mhm.
and we sort of pull out and eradicate what we call weeds.
Mhm.
Are we disrespectful to the plant kingdom when we do that? That's my first question. And the second question is also, it's very much the same, or maybe it will answer the second question as well, to the animal kingdom. Same applies to animal kingdom. Uh, we decide what animals want to be around us or with us. Say for a simple thing, if a mosquito bites us, what do we do? Second thought, no second thought, we kill it.
Mhm.
Are we being disrespectful to the animals or the animal kingdom when we do such things, overpower them with the brain power we have?
Mm. Yeah. Yes, sir. I let the first question Sharu to answer, and for the next question, I would like to share that um, about the animals, about the mosquito. Like when before not knowing all these things, yes, we were doing all these acts like killing the mosquitoes or putting some things, like so that they get killed. But after becoming conscious, like we are more aware. We don't do that. We don't kill the mosquito. Like we just let it uh, let let it take, like this is what I heard from Patriji, or my father-in-law says, let the mosquito come and take little part of your blood. What happens? Like it is its food. Like why cannot we give? So like that, there comes this understanding that we should not like consciously do that. Like yes, unconsciously we might have done so many mistakes. We have killed so many mosquitoes, we have killed so many flies. Till this date, I'll be seeing many relatives of mine using the bats and killing the flies and the mosquitoes. So like it is not right. Like it is not right for you to take the life of the other being, in my understanding. And when it comes to plants, my opinion, sir, like I like to see the garden with all the weeds. Because they are the part of that garden, so I don't like to take it out. They are the part, and I just let it be. This is my understanding. And if there is somebody who can pour a light, because for me, I see beauty in having weeds also in that place. But however, I will create a place. I will have my pots, and in that I grow my vegetables and my other plants. But I leave an area wherein the weeds come, and I really appreciate seeing that. I really feel happy that they're all together. So this is my understanding, sir, and this is how I see it. Maybe if there is somebody who can answer, and if they have some other experiences, please, you can go ahead. Yes, Madhvi.
Yeah, good morning. And it was a very nice session again in the morning. And as soon as I wake up, and that's so good. Like I sit with you all with a real meditation, and then understanding ourselves. And when it came to the plants and animals, I thought that, okay, I'll jump in here
Mm,
because I have a garden, as you said, that I'll also let every weeds to grow, because every plant and every animal and every human being has a purpose to do. And till today, like after coming to Germany, I didn't realize that the insects are so important for the pollination, and then also the bees, because everybody is so scared of the bee. When they bite, and we really get a sore wound, and we cannot, I don't know, there is no medicine for the bee bite, they say, and then it's very hard to get healed. But then I learned it from my daughter, saying that, Mama, the bees are also so scared, because when they sting or when they bite, they will immediately die, because this is
mm,
how the nature is. And then that's the same way we are also scared, and they are also scared. So what I started is, with the knowledge, I am in the garden all the time. I also meditate in the garden. So the bees are coming all over me, and I simply calmly say, hey, I'm not your flower, please just go away from me, and just take all the flowers, or all the honey what you have. Just that they are also the weed flowers, and they are also wild flowers. They're also the other roses, or the other plants which I planted. Please go there, not like me. So
mm,
till now, I have such a, I mean, I don't say a big garden, but I have a garden with all flowers, all kinds. But there's so many bees are coming up, but none of the bee had really bite me even so far. They That's amazing.
mm.
Everybody said, Madhvi, there is a bee going on. I said, no, it just buzzes and it goes away. So that's my real inner. And I talk to them really, like
Yeah,
as Sharus mentioned it, I really talk to them. I don't know if they hear it or not, but
they
I could
do.
hear their, yes, they do. But I don't know if they're really listening, because I wanted to
Mm,
reciprocate to understand, yes, they have listened and they left. I
mm,
want that feeling, but I cannot see that feeling,
mm,
but I hear them like, "Bui." But
mm.
this is a really wonderful experience, that what you have, and the relationship and the bond. And yes, you need to grow all the weeds also. Yes, weeds and all the wildflowers and everything, because everything, even on the grass, is a purpose of the life, I think. You're
Yeah,
absolutely correct. And they also the readings what you did is really absolutely, really, really. I feel so pleasure to hear all, and I'm so inspired. I have no time, but inspired so much to read the books now. Reading so many authors' books, I feel the wisdom is flowing, and we are getting so conscious about our living being, and about our other living beings, not only just the other people, but also the animals and the plant kingdom and the sunlight and the energies. Really, it's so amazing. And
mm.
thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to explore my and experiences, and somebody is listening to my experiences as well.
Thank you so much, Madhvi.
Thank
And
you.
when you are speaking to the plants, or the animals or the bees, have no doubts that they are not. They are surely listening to you. It's just when you drop the expectation and just surrender and just express, then you will get an intuition, the message directly from them. So yes, practice it, and sure you will experience it. Yeah, thank you. And before Arpita, I want Sharu to come over and share about the first question. Sharu, please, if you can come and share about the difference between the psychic being and the spiritual guides, that will be of great help for me also to understand more.
Yes. Thank you, Madhu ma'am, for giving me this opportunity again to answer this question. So, Indra sir, the thing is that when we talk about psychic beings are everybody comes into that bracket. So, I'm just telling you that there are subtle differences between all these 3-4 words that we use in spirituality: psychic beings, light beings, angels, spirit guides, then ascended masters. So these are the words that we generally keep using, but there's just a subtle difference. For example, when we talk about ascended masters like Mahavatar Babaji, Lord Buddha, Sai Babaji, so these are the ascended masters who have taken birth here on this earth, and they have gone through the suffering, they have gone through their own set of challenges in their lives, and then they actually then they were helping the complete universe and the humanity to actually raise the vibrations and the frequency through their teachings. So they come here to teach. So when we talk about the spiritual guides, or what you said, spiritual guides, basically there are no word like spiritual guide, but spiritual guides can be anybody. Like Madhu ma'am can be a spiritual guide, or Ram sir, or anybody in whom you see that somebody, a potential who can hold your hand and take you somewhere. Psychic beings are the ones who do have the psychic abilities. In this bracket, angels also come. We also come in that, because they are actually psychically, telepathically helping us. So even we can telepathically help the other person if we have the ability to telepathically connect with the other person. You might have seen maybe a small example that you're thinking about somebody, you're thinking about the well-being of that person, and all of a sudden the phone rings, and then you pick up the phone and the same person is talking to you. So this is how the psychic beings act. They telepathically communicate. So, and angels, you all know who angels are. They are the light beings who are there. They are the pure energies who are there to help you out in each and every challenge that you are going through. So there's a very subtle difference between all these 4 or 5 terminologies that we use. But the main act, the main purpose of all these are to guide the humans, or to guide everybody, be it animals, plants, or the humans, and to raise their consciousness and to take them where they belong, that is to the source, to tell them that you are one, we all are one, and we have to have that, we have to vibrate on the frequency of love all the time. So everybody has the same purpose. The only thing is that the names are different. That's all. So thank you so much. Thank you. I hope I was clear.
Yes, beautiful, Shara. Beautiful explanation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That is really good explanation. It comes clear to me now. In the sense, yeah, when we do something, even on the earth plane, we just don't go. There's not just one person we go to help us or to guide us or to guide us equally. In the same way, in the sort of higher plane, it's just not one being. It's not just the spiritual guide. It's not that the psychic being. It's not just the angels. There are a group of beings that are sort of trying to help us and guide us through. I understand that now. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Indraji, for the wonderful question. It helped me to also understand this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Arpita, please go ahead, Arpita.
Yes, I would like to share what my views about the psychic beings or angels, those who are helping us. So we are always feeling that I am not getting enough help from psychic beings or whatever else, just because we are not enough aware of whatever happening around us already. So, like for example, the life that we have right now is not because of my own my own energy or whatever that I have within myself. Just to live my life, I need help of lot of other things: the sun, moon, the earth, and then the air that we breathe every time. So when we become gratitude, when we become thankful to these things, first of all, um, So they will become happy to help us even more, I guess, and only become aware of whatever we are profiting right now. Maybe in the afterwards, whatever the being that we are not aware of right now, they will come forward to help us, I guess, because they will know that, oh, how wonderful he is thanking everybody. And then when tomorrow they will help us, automatically they will have that kind of, how to say, they will have that tendency towards us to help someone who is very gratitude enough than others, compared to others. So we should not want to worry about not having the help of the psychic beings or angels. So first of all, we have to be conscious enough of whatever we have right now. That's what I am saying. And then as you said about these mosquitoes on plants, in my personal opinion, the same thing that was happened to me. Like when I started meditating, the very first day a mosquito was coming and biting me, and then I just asked the mosquito, please leave me. And then suddenly he went away. He flew away. This it was happened to me. And when I happened to see Mahabharata, uh, Krishna used to say, whenever we have the opportunity to um, do the things instead of destructive manner, but by constructive, even by escaping from the things, it is the best choice. Like there is a guy who wanted to kill Krishna, and then instead of killing him back, Krishna used to escape from him. He used to just run away from him. So that's what I will used to do when mosquitoes will come, even in group. I just flew them. I just blow some air on them, maybe just to avoid them. But I not kill them. So yes, this is my opinion. And regarding the plants as well, when we are grazing the garden, in Mahabharata we can compare it with Krishna when he says, the leaves that are falling from the trees, it is not something the destruction is happening to the tree. Rather, it has to happen so that in the future uh, the tree can withstand the winter or whatever, to flourish again. Flourish again. So yes, for me, regarding the plants, grazing, um, how to say, we should not make them harm, but to make them beautiful, we can just communicate. If I do little grazing on you, I think it will going to do you better. So whenever we do some act, if we consider that this particular act will help many other things, so automatically that act what we are going to cause cannot become a bad one.
Wonderful. Wow, what a wonderful explanation, Arpita. Very, very happy to hear your experience. Wonderful, wonderful. And regarding as you shared about your mosquito, like communicating with the mosquito, I was also doing the same when I was in Egypt. In Egypt, we had lots of flies, and when we meditate, these flies come and bother us. So one time I just asked the flies, as you told, I communicated with the fly, and I could see that from next time, and the minute later, this fly which whom I have communicated to, that fly was protecting me so that the other flies don't come and disturb me. I could see that there is she's going around, and I could see that that is pushing all the other flies away. I could hear that. So it's really amazing when we really communicate and when we feel grateful, as you said, Arpita, like when we are grateful to everything in our life, including the sun, the moon, and the water, and the air that we breathe. So we open a channel so that we receive more information. Then we see what is in front of us, because we have a clarity. So we thought we think that it is not happening with us, but it is. There is always help. There is always this elements that are helping us. It's just that we have to open our eyes and open our hearts to be able to be grateful for them and to receive the communication from them. And wonderful. And the examples which you have taken also from Mahabharata, it's really wonderful. Thank you so much, Arpita. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madhurka.
Thank you, ma. Yes, Ram, please go ahead.
Generally we say, "Oh my God." Today I want to say, "Oh my Arpita." It was so lovely how you said, "You made my day." You really touched with each word you just uttered, and
Thank you
the
so much,
energy that came through. Thank you. You made my day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Indraji, for putting this question. This is
Thank you.
so much
Thank you.
so much of happiness and so much of light from everyone. So thank you so much for this. And you had put a right question, right? Very right questions. Thank you. Thank you for that. And yes, friends, any other sharings? All right. So, friends, today evening we will be having Master Sharu for the evening session, which is happening at 6 p.m. Germany time, which is 9:30 p.m. India time, wherein Master Sharu will be guiding us into a meditation and also letting us access to our Akashic records. So, understanding more about Akashic records. So, please do join us. And tomorrow, friends, tomorrow at this time, we will be doing a very short meditation and a very short topic tomorrow. As after we finish the session, we will be having Patriji coming into another Zoom link. I mean, coming into the UK and Europe team, and he will be available for us. And if you wish to communicate with Patriji, if you want to share your experiences to them, you are most welcome to join. And I'll be sharing the details in the group so that you can come and share your experience, and he'll be really happy to listen to your experiences. So this is the announcements. And for tomorrow the topic will be this is again one of my favorite books by Book of Mirdad, the Book of Mirdad by Michael Nemi. So the topic is, where do we go after we die? This is the topic for tomorrow, friends. And till we see each other in the evening, have a lovely day. And for the ones who are connecting us from US, have a lovely night. And namaste to all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice day to all of you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Madhu, I have a question. Just now what you said was for today, or that is for today evening, or like tomorrow morning about the
Which one?
Patriji?
Patriji. For Patriji, it is tomorrow morning. After we
Tomorrow
finish,
morning.
after we finish the session, like we finish at 6:40. We will finish at 6:40 Germany time. We start at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. and we finish by 6:40.
Okay. Then the tomorrow anyway, it's a Saturday also.